So how is the 20-year-old windshield trim on your car? Is it cracked and dried out and even broken in some parts? Well, this is the video to watch if you want to replace yours. I think it's time to attack the problem. Just looking at the damage here from the hailstorm that my car was in, and if you look underneath the hood, you can't really see any of the dents from underneath. It's really just on top here, so I'm not real sure how to pop these out without, seeing them. I may have to just take this into the professionals. I was going to try to pop some of these out myself just to see if I could do it. And I may still try with what limited tools I have. It's just going to be a really difficult job. Let's see. But today, I'm going to be working on this trim here. See where it is cracked here. And I had taped up a hole up here where it had gotten damaged. I'm just trying to keep moisture out of there because the last thing I need is more rust. So I'm going to go ahead and swap this out with a replacement seal. I'm not sure what they actually call it. I think the factory calls it a reveal trim piece. But it's just basically a windshield trim piece. And contrary to popular belief, this is not what holds the glass in place. It basically just, creates a seal between the glass and the frame here. The glass is held in by an adhesive, so taking this out isn't going to affect anything with the windshield itself. So let's go ahead and give this a try. So first things first, you'll see that this piece, it really just ends right down in here. It's not attached. It doesn't go along the bottom underneath this cowl. It really only goes up the side and around the top here. So I'm going to try to pry it up, and it should just pop out. It just is just kind of held in with, it's not like it's like a channel, I guess, that it's kind of clipped in place. So I'm going to try to pull this out and pop in a new one. Just going to try to use some needle nose pliers to pull this off. So here's what I'm pulling off. It looks like there's a piece that's still stuck down in this channel that I need to try to pull this out. And this is what's becoming the challenge for me so far. Everything that I've read online about this says that it should just pull out of this channel. It shouldn't be behind the glass or anything like that. It's just kind of locked into this channel. So I'm going to keep working on this. If you pry this bottom piece out, you'll kind of see the orientation that it is. So there's a little lip that goes under this part here, and the other side over here is just flush against the glass. So that's just more proof that it doesn't go under the glass. It just kind of creates a seal between the glass and the pillar here. So I'm going to pull on this and just see if this will just come right out. this with the seal pulled out halfway here. It broke off right about here, so I'm going to pick it up here and try to pull the rest of it off, but it looks like it's coming right out. You just kind of need to clean up the glass and surrounding areas a little bit. There's no adhesives or anything like that for this little trim piece to go into, so you don't have to worry about that part. But yeah, it's not too bad of a job. So I got all of it out. I just need to clean out the little gaps in here where it's got a lot of dust and debris and a little bit of adhesive from the windshield caught in there. So I'm just going to clean this out and then put the new one in. These are the parts that you're going to need to replace the window trim. This is the actual window trim itself, and here's the part number for this. This is the reveal molding that goes around the windshield here between the window and the frame. And you're going to need 2 of these corner pieces. They're just tiny little pieces here that fit in the corner area that helps hold it in, and you'll need 1 of these top pieces. They call it a protector piece. They're just double-sided tape on a little rubber piece of trim, and that one goes along the top here, and it holds the molding in place. So really all you should be able to do is just stick it in there and you should be good to go. So I'm going to start with this top protector piece, and it looks like it's got like a lip on the end here that I'm going to put that towards the top, because I think what that's going to do is kind of lock down the molding here. So it's just double-sided tape, like I said here, that is holding this into here, and this will go along the top of the frame, like right in here. Kind of eyeball it here to see how far this goes down. Go to the other side here. That looks about right, so I'm going to go ahead and take the tape off and start putting it on. using a flathead screwdriver to just make sure that the adhesive is pushed up along the metal part of the inside of this little groove. Next thing you'll need are 2 of these little corner pieces that do pretty much the same thing. You just put them in the corner, and they've got a little lip on the ends, and they just help hold the molding in place. They're also held on with tape. Once you're done putting these protector pieces in, they should look a little bit like this. You see where the lip kind of is on top, and we're going to see if that's going to hold it down into that groove. Now, if you remember the orientation of when we were pulling it out, it's going to go in like this. So it will basically fit in like this, and you just work your way all the way up to the top, and it just kind of pops into place. And here is the finished product. It's got some little bubbling here that I think will straighten out eventually once it heats up and isn't so flexible. Yeah, it's in there pretty good, and not anticipating any problems with that. I'll keep smoothing this out, and I think the trick is just pulling it real tight when you pop it in there. So I'll massage that a little bit more, but I think it's finished. Now, if you've noticed, if your trim piece is a little loose on the sides or the bottom, you could either purchase another protect piece like you had on the top, or you can just trim a couple small pieces off of your main one at the top to put on the sides and the bottom. Now, I know this isn't a super popular mod that you're gonna want to go rush out and do to your Miata, but if it helps at least one of you, then it was worth it. Like I said, I tried finding instructions online. I really couldn't find much of anything. I did see one website in Japanese that I translated just to get, you know, an idea of how you do this. To be honest, if you needed to replace your own windshield, I don't think it's that difficult of a job. Aside from what I did to this one, all you really have to do is get like some sort of a blade or something underneath the glass and just cut the polyurethane that's adhering the glass to the frame, and pull it off. That's really about it. If you are going to replace it though, there is one other piece that you would have to order, and it is a foam weather strip that goes on the bottom side of the glass, and it basically is just weather stripping that keeps moisture out of the cabin of the car. So it would be, you put the weather stripping on the glass and it goes around the whole underside of the glass, and then you put the polyurethane adhesive. It's like a caulk that goes around that weather strip, and then you set the glass in, and then I think there's a couple other small pieces that are anchors that basically are like spacers that hold the glass in to where it needs to be placed on the car, and I think there's two at the bottom underneath that cowl area. But that's really all you would need to do if you're replacing the whole windshield yourself. If you've got a cracked one, see if you can go to a junkyard, find a Miata that's got a intact windshield, and just do what I did to this one. Remove that weather stripping and try to cut the old one out. Take the glass with you and try swapping it out with yours. If yours is already cracked, what's it gonna hurt? So not that difficult of a job, and I'm glad it's done. So the only thing left is to fix the dents from the hailstorm, and the exterior should be pretty good. So I hope you found this useful. If so, give me a like. If you didn't like the video, go ahead and comment below what you didn't like about it. And it's coming together. We'll get there. Baby steps, guys, baby steps. So if you want to see more, hit the like button and subscribe. Take care.